I awoke at 5 a.m. this morning, on the morning of September 26th, 2019, and my dad and I headed out to Albion, Illinois, and my father is having his 40th high school reunion, 40-year high school reunion, so that's pretty special. He's coming out to visit with old friends, and he asked me if I wanted to come along for the ride with him and spend some time with my grandparents, and also my uncle is coming in. So we set off about 6 in the morning. The moon was still out. And we started driving. We headed our way out through Grundy, Virginia, and along the way there was some road construction, and I took a little bit of a nap. And as the day began to dawn, Dad and I switched, and I drove for a little bit. And I drove a good ways through Kentucky, and before we got to Louisville, Dad and I switched again, and he drove the rest of the way to Albion. And we arrived in Albion at about 2 Central Time, which would be 3 Eastern Time. It was a good 6-hour drive, but it was worth it.
Do you remember this song, Dad?
That's half, isn't it?
Who is that, Grandpa?
The King of Swing.
The King of Swing?
Yeah, the King of Swing is there.
And
You need a little better subject than that.
We have arrived at Grandma and Grandpa's house,
Yes, here we are. Here we are.
and we're just listening to the King of Swing, apparently. Who's
We got the best grandson in the whole world right here in this town of Albion, Illinois. So eat your heart out, world. Here. We've got it.
this guy?
We've got it.
He knows how to make you feel good, that's for
You
sure.
name it, we've got it.
And then my dad and I decided to go on a bit of a walk outside to photograph and film the sunset. I filmed my dad taking pictures of the sunset, which was pretty cool. The sky started off where we were kind of like, I don't know if it's going to take off or not. And we set off towards the high school where my grandpa, my grandma, and my dad, my uncle all went to high school. They've since built onto it, of course, but that's where they went. Then we headed to the pond, got some cool shots there. Then we went to Albion Town Square and got some cool images, I'm sure my dad did, of the sunset, the cobblestone streets, the brick streets. We got some really, at the Albion Public Library, we got some really good shots of sunset there. The Albion Public Library is the oldest library in Illinois. My great-grandfather Drexel lived in it and worked there for like a long time, since 1940s, I think, up until I was a little boy. So early 2000s. My great-grandpa Drexel was my grandma Dolores' father. Then after that, walked back home, got one last shot at the reflections on the pond there, and now here we are. Can't wait to see what tomorrow holds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now the morning of September 28th, 2019, and this is our third day here in Albion, and it's also our last day. We're going to leave tomorrow morning pretty early. Yesterday was fun. Of course, the last time I did a voiceover talk, it was before my uncle arrived. My Uncle Jerry arrived shortly after I finished the voiceover last time. And the next day we woke up, pretty much cleaned the camper.
What's that? You want me to hold the letter?
Yeah, I'm going to put my full weight on.
Okay. Hey, it looked like he's washing the whole that side of the camper with a little bitty bug cut. Hey.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hey! Yeah, you left it here a long time. We brought it, or you got it and took it.
Yeah, it's here a long time.
Yeah.
The camper had not been cleaned since our trip out west, so it was really nice to get that cleaned. So we got the whole outside of the camper looking great yesterday. Then we came inside, had a marvelous lunch. My dad went to visit his friend Matt, and they spent the whole day together. I read some Harry Potter. I'm on the Order of the Phoenix now. I've read all the 4 books, and now this is the 5th one out of 7. I read that for a little bit, then took a nap, woke up, and then a little time passed and we ate dinner. Me, Grandpa, Grandma, and Uncle Jerry. And then Uncle Jerry and I went to see Rambo, Last Blood. It was a great movie. Saw it in Princeton, Indiana, which is about a 45-minute drive. Saw that. Of course, I didn't film that or anything, but that was fun. And went to bed last night pretty early. Woke up this morning, and I went and visited with my dad. Went and visited Grandma Dolores' sister, Dixie. She's my Aunt Dixie. And it's always nice to see Aunt Dixie. Visited her. Came back, and then we cleaned the inside of the camper. And Dad also washed his car. But I swept and swept out the camper. It was kind of, that's the thing when you walk in to the camper, you track in dirt without meaning to. And swept that out. Then Grandpa and I shook out the rug, vacuumed it. Got that done. And Grandpa also helped Dad clean the Traverse, the outside of it, whatnot. Got it looking all good. And tonight is the night of my dad's high school reunion. So Dad will be gone doing that this evening.
I like the look, Grandpa.
How about that look?
That's a good look.
That's a little like Zorro, isn't it?
Zorro? Who's Zorro?
Well, he's that Spanish freedom fighter. He's a freedom fighter.
Oh, okay.
I fight for the people.
Look at that. I get your reflection in the... It's so clean you can see yourself in it.
Yeah.